We would like to take this opportunity to recognize the validity of the protests going on throughout the United States and the world, advocating for greater equality and justice for all people at risk. We want to affirm that love is love, that Black Lives Matter, and trans rights are human rights. If I might, I will leave you with a poem. Something is terribly wrong if the pain, sorrow, and outrage of a people makes you more uncomfortable than murder itself. By Rupi Kaur. And now, on with the show. Warning. Fortune and Strife features subjects which can be uncomfortable for a general audience, such as the use of drugs and alcohol, poor treatment of people of different classes or cultures, adult situations, psychological trauma, and violence. Listener discretion advised. Welcome to Fortune and Strife. I'm Robert, or Bayushi Shinichi, and I'll be your host and narrator.
I am Jeanne, and I am playing Doji Gen.
I am Tyler, and I am playing Akoto Richi.
I'm Tiff, and I'm playing Kuni Yui.
I'm Paul, and I'm playing Shishiro Bisho.
All right. So, I think that with getting ready for the duel here, everyone should have a chance to do a downtime action. Seiji is taking his time to rest and compose a death poem just in case things go terribly, terribly wrong, and tend to his weapons. Gen, what do you might be doing for your downtime action?
Exactly the same thing. I've got to try and ditch that exhausted status, because that can't help even if I have no strive.
So you're going to be getting, so it was noon when we left off, and the duel's going to be at dawn tomorrow. So you got like 18 hours. So it's definitely going to be enough time to kind of get your equipment ready, make sure everything's good to go, possibly write a poem yourself if you'd like, and then get plenty of rest. So I will say for Gen and for everyone else, you will get a chance to remove exhausted. And then the Shrine Keeper, Kosuke Kenzo, will go ahead and prepare one of his kind of tonics to help you sleep, and then provide you with a tonic to help you out the next morning with a little bit of energy and whatnots. They have a trait called, or an ability called Herbalist. So when they make a medicine check, they can spend opportunities to remove strife as well.
Well, I'm partly counting on having be no strife because I'm no strife because I outbursted. So.
Oh, that's true. You already have no strife because you outbursted. That's right. You're just waiting to get rid of the exhausted keyword. So if you're 0-0, then it mostly only matters about trying to give Seiji a little bit of help here. So just to keep things.
Take away his coffee.
Right. Kitsu, you Akoto Richi, you play a Kitsu medic. What is the basic medicine check for wound treatment for removing fatigue? Is that TN1, TN2 medicine check? Do you remember?
Should be TN2 water. I'm going to pull up
TN2
a double check.
Okay.
Yeah, it was specifically water.
Got it.
Double check. Yep, TN2 medicine water check.
All right.
And it's 1 fatigue plus the healer's bonus successes.
Got it. Good to know. All right. So.
And this is on Seiji, right?
Yeah, he's going to be using it on Seiji.
I would like to assist him.
Ooh.
Okay. So you said it was a TN2, and then it was 1 fatigue plus 1 for every bonus success, or 1 for every 2 bonus successes?
1 for every 1.
Okay, so that's the TN. So he got 5 successes, so he's going to go ahead and get rid of 4 fatigue, and using the 2 opportunities to get rid of 2 strife. And the priest here will take 3 strife, or 2 if you want to take one of them, Richi.
I'll take 1.
All right, so that's as good as Seiji is going to get as they compose their poem. Again, yeah, what would you like for your downtime actions besides getting rest and whatnot? Would you like to do like a composition to write a poem or write a letter? Would you like to make a smithing check to go over your equipment? What are you thinking?
Well, I am going to do a composition check to tune myself, basically read my letter. Actually, okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. I will basically be going over and reading and spiritually centering on my death poem that I've already written because I have it already.
Yeah, already have it
Okay.
ready. There you go. Okay.
So I'm hoping this might be a void composition. If
That's
that sounds
exactly
right.
what it sounds like. You are getting in tune with the letter that you've already written that is confronting your own mortality, and you're making sure that it is kind of up to date, how you feel, how you want your emotions to be conveyed after you are gone.
Okay. It didn't do what I wanted it to, but you didn't give me a TN, so I don't know what it would be.
It would be a TN1 check.
Okay. I made the TN one. It didn't do anything else for me, but okay. So
Fair enough. Yeah, and you don't have, I don't think for Kurjan's wisdom or any of your other advantages would key off in this particular situation. Precise memory, and for Kurjan's blessing now, and I don't think so here. So, you go over the letter. It's everything that you remember it being, and pretty much you can't think of anything else you would like it to convey at this time. And
Okay.
You know what though? Because you already had the letter, I will give you the option of having a second downtime action if you'd like to take one.
Can I try to attune myself with my blade?
You certainly can. That you can also do. Let's see here. I guess what kind of attunement are you looking for? You're not looking to like fully awaken it, which I think is like something like a TN5 check or something. Let me pull up smithing.
No, just meditating on it, to be honest.
Sure. Okay.
It's not, going through, in my mind with it. And this is a spiritual time for Jeanne, and she's
right. It's a spiritual time to kill
spiritual-ish.
Yeah.
Right. Sensei said, "Kill your guts." Anyway,
there you go. Perfect. So I guess with that, are you truthfully trying to attune yourself spiritually to the blade, you and it kind of as one, or are you actually using this more as a meditation check to find yourself like stillness and readiness and preparation for the duel on a meditative level?
A meditation check would probably be okay for it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, I think that's a TN2 meditation check.
I am rolling 1 skill to ring.
Let me make certain. Yeah, let's go with 2.
Okay. I'm going to keep the explosive success of strife and the opportunity.
Okay. That's what I would probably go with myself. And let's see if you can hit that other success. You got a 50-50 shot. And it comes up exploding again. And you can keep that to keep the TN2. I'm not
keeping it because I can't keep any strife. I'm not keeping it. I can't afford to keep any strife because I want the opportunity.
Okay.
Because I want to use the opportunity to choose a ring other than void. I'm going to choose fire. Reduce the TN of my next check by 1 if it uses that ring.
There you go. All right, perfect. So your next fire check is at -1. You do keep at least 1 strife though for keeping the initial exploding die, and that'll just that's just 1. Hopefully you can bleed that off with a future check. All right. So moving along, Richie, where do you might think you would find yourself over the next 12 to 18 hours with definitely getting some sleep soon, I'm sure. But more than likely there'll be time for you either early in the morning or before you go to bed tonight to get some time in for a downtime action.
Definitely, I will be taking like naps here and there. But the big thing that Richie wants to do is this is a shrine to Inari. So rice. And so I'm definitely going to be out and cooking. And I want to make like at least a good meal for everyone here that I can. And try to mix things up because there's tons of rice around, but maybe I can find a few other things here and there. Maybe the caretakers have a few extra things that I can mess around with and make a good meal with.
I like it. Okay, let's go for it. And you're going to try and make a good meal, not just everyday fare kind of thing. So we're going to be looking at this as it was cuisine. So that'll be a design check.
Excellent. I have no design.
So I think this is a fire check.
Fire sounds good to me.
Yeah, a fire 2 check to come up with a new recipe with what you have available here at the Shrine to Inari.
All right, here we go. You know what? I'll take both of them. So I have a success, a strife, and an opportunity. I have indeed not come up with a new recipe.
Yes, nothing new.
But instead, I will use that strife. I'm sorry, not the strife. Wow. I would like to use that opportunity. It's not a new recipe, but it does look pretty nice. I mean, if anything, I got the plating right.
There you go. It's very pretty, but it's pretty much just a standard rice dish. It's nothing super special about it. But you know, it does look quite pleasing.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. Is I'm just doing a little bit of cooking and then sleeping it off wherever I can.
Well, this will kick into your gourmet passion. So go ahead and remove 3 strife. So for a net loss of 2.
Whew, I'll take it.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so Ricci is busying himself in the kitchen and doing some cooking. Yui, what would you be doing during your downtime action?
So Yui will, well, knowing she can't interfere with the duel, she will still decide to go meditate and just, as she meditates, just sort of like focus her mind and her sort of energies outwards at the fortunes to be like, listen here, fortunes. Doji Gen needs to win this. And if she doesn't, I'm going to come up there. And basically, like, tries to exude this really angry, passionate energy.
All right, I'm liking it. So,
does it count as my passion also?
does it? What's the passion again?
Provocation.
Oh, you know what? I think that going out and swearing vendettas against the gods does go ahead and key off provocation. So, yeah, go ahead and lose 3 strife off of that. We got to remember that. So next time you keep talking shit about people in fights and picking fights, that actually reduces your strife.
All right, I'll bring it up again sometime.
Yeah,
then.
no, be sure to bring it up. That's a good one to remember. I remember Ricci's gourmetness, so I always remember Ricci's going to try and find time to cook. And, I got to remember when you pick a fight, that's when you're relaxed.
I'm just not any good at cooking, but I'll at least keep trying.
Hey, we all got to start somewhere. By the end of this campaign, Ricci will be a renowned empire-wide chef.
That's why it's a passion and not a distinction.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah. So do you wish to make any checks on this, or are you just out there just grumbling and swearing to the gods?
I don't think I can get any good opportunities from fire specifically. So I guess if I can after this, I would want to attempt to just kind of reassure again about what's going on.
I think when you would be heading up to go see her, Sueno would be standing before one of the 2 private quarters here at the shrine that have been set aside, pretty much the rooms that the Miko and the shrine keeper hold for themselves. And Sueno would just be glaring at you with her one good eye and whisper, "She's resting. She doesn't need you to come in here and disrupt her again like you did this afternoon."
Well, fine then. Give a smaller glare back. Then I guess if I have enough time, I will talk to Bisho briefly.
Yeah, Bisho, on the other hand, is much easier to find. Bisho is probably out teasing the young Miko while they're going about their business, getting everyone futons ready and things like that.
We're calling it teasing, huh?
Bisho. Bisho.
Yes.
Why are you the way that you are?
Because I am.
So I'm guessing then you couldn't get a hold of Inari.
Oh, I did.
What? Then why did you make a Bisho puppet?
Oh no, that's not Bisho.
Okay, whatever. Actually, what?
What?
Is there a better name for that, or?
Well, there is a better name for that, but it's a me puppet, yes.
Okay. Just being weird now. Okay, so Inari answered, but
Mhm.
didn't.
Well, she can't interfere.
What do you mean she can't interfere?
And that's what I mean.
That's bullshit. Like,
I
why
mean-
did she ask us to bring the child here if
Oh,
she did not
whoa.
desire nor expect interference of some sort?
Well, she didn't ask. I just assumed.
You what? What? Excuse, what?
Oh, I was told the child's name. I was told to come here. And then I saw the whole situation. And, well, she couldn't stay in that village.
We risked everything to come here because you assumed?
Well, I didn't assume. It was more like an educated guess.
Isho. You know, no, wait, no, this is your fault.
I didn't
instigate-
give birth to the baby.
For all I know. Anyways, you instigated. Again, you instigated this duel. You allowed her to challenge you.
I allowed her
And-
to change her mind. She didn't.
Wait. So, why can't Inari interfere?
She can't. None of the fortunes can. Well,
None.
well, it's complicated.
Oh, I'm sure it's complicated.
Oh, it's always complicated.
You made sure of that.
Oh, it's not my doing that it's complicated, but it's complicated.
You think you had no part in this? Don't pretend that you didn't make this worse on purpose.
Actually, I probably made it better.
How so?
Well, we don't have to fight for our lives
For now.
for now, but there are things happening, which...
There are always things happening.
Well, yes, but there are things happening that we can't see right now or perceive. Like a little trail of smiling, happy Kami.
You could see Kami, though. So,
If I try, I can, but we're getting protection right now. We are on borrowed time right now, but enough to satisfy this duel and all that.
But what happens when Gen wins? Where do we go from here?
Well, I was told that the questions we were asking with the midwife were the right questions. We just have to follow the answers that we have.
Okay. Oh, God. We have to go back to Kyuden Suzume, don't we?
Or weren't there others involved?
Yeah, we do have Seiji and Gone with. Okay, well, all right. Oh.
We do. We have all the players. And we have all the questions. Though, if we do want to be safer, we might want to go to someone like the Fox Clan and ask questions there.
Of course, you'd want to go to the Fox Clan.
Maybe.
Yeah. Ugh. Isho! Like, this was supposed to be, we were supposed to bring here, and Nari was supposed to show up and be like, hey, we don't need to duel. Guys, I'm here to help with baby situation. You can all hang out with me. But no, not only did she not show up, which ruins my bet, by the way.
Bet.
Oh.
You were betting on things.
Shut up. You don't get to judge me for this.
Oh.
You of all
yes,
people?
I can.
No, you don't. You of all people do not get to judge me for this.
What were you betting on anyways?
Whether or not Inari would show up. Or at least like a physical sign of her.
I mean, she did.
Yeah, but nobody saw her. I didn't see her.
I think she's actually still around.
Wait, what?
What?
Well, I mean, I guess it's her shrine, but like,
Oh,
well, if you talk to her
we
again.
have eyes on us.
Sure.
Just Talk to
Why
one of
doesn't
the
she talk
Miko.
to us? Why does she talk to us? Why just
she-
you?
She might be talking to you right now. Well, not
You're
right
not
now.
an Ari. You're not.
I'm not an Ari.
You're not an
No.
Ari.
Well, if I keep claiming,
Oh,
she
no.
might come up and slap me, but she is here and she is watching closely, unfortunately.
Well, it's not going to do a lot of help if she can't interfere.
Well, she
Yeah,
can't
that's right.
interfere
If you
with
can hear me, it's bullshit. By the way. I hope she heard that.
She probably did.
Good. And you can tell her too. You can tell her I think it's bullshit. I'll happily say to her face, whatever face she has or whatever.
She has a face. Well, at least in that form.
Fine. We'll see how this goes.
It will go as the universe intends it to.
Well, of course. What other way could it possibly go?
You're talking like you have little faith in Gen.
No, I'm talking like Yen is going to win. That's the way it needs to go.
I have faith in her.
Of course.
I've seen her do so many things. And
I've seen her surprise me. That's the best part.
That is the best part. Especially when she's just have unstoppable odds against her and she comes through. That is the amazing part.
It's true. You have no idea what she went through that she needs to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But did you just laugh at that?
Oh, I just laughed that you said I had no idea.
One last question. What is your stake in this afterwards? You are so intent on getting her here, on getting the baby here. What will you do after this?
Well, I kind of have to stick around until Mariko is safe.
Okay, that's what you say for now. Maybe that's just another assumption you're making.
I mean, if you really want to, I can sit down, concentrate, have Inari come back, probably yell at me for calling her back, and talk to you yourself if you really want it. Though you're going to still lose that. I mean, yes, if we have to. If that's going to make you trust me. But why don't you just trust me?
Because I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want from this. You said you want the baby safe, but you said you wanted the baby here. I don't know what safe means to you. I don't know what this means to you. And you're just having fun with this. You're just having fun with other people's lives. You're just playing around.
I'm not playing. I'm doing what I was asked.
Well, playing and making assumptions, so.
What I'm doing to the Mika right now, I am playing. What I'm doing with you.
And I will just slap you, like backhand.
I will take that. Bisho deserves it.
And walk away. I'm done with you for now.
Just, I don't know, feel like getting the last word and just going, ouch.
So going into that night, you all find yourselves exhausted from the day before, fighting the fires and then fighting for your lives, and then the trip down here to Inari's shrine. The tension and anxiety of the day have just overwhelmed you, and most of you just fast fall asleep. But at some point during the middle of the night, Gen opens the door to the quarters that the Shrine Master and the Miko have set aside for her and for Seiji to prepare themselves for the duel the next day. And Yui, being a trained crab warrior, stirs a bit just to notice what's going on around her and take in her surroundings.
Sueno, come in.
Sueno gets up and is led by Doji Gen by the hand into her quarters, and the door closes. Past that, everyone falls back asleep again that night, and the next morning, Sueno goes ahead and exits the quarters first and gives her master time to get ready for the day. Everyone else is now up and about and ready to see this duel at the crack of dawn as the cock crows and the birds awaken and the whole environment starts to stir. The Shrine Master and the Miko have prepared ginseng tea for everyone. So everyone go ahead and remove strife and fatigue if it is over half your composure or endurance. And then you'll remove the exhausted keywords if you had it. And then the tea will remove an additional 2 fatigue and 2 strife from everybody. And that's where we find ourselves in the morning.
Nice.
Yes.
That's some good tea.
That is some specialty.
Mm-hmm. Definitely get you awake and ready to work in the morning.
That's very refreshing.
So this morning, you all gather around in the morning. It's still cold, chill morning in this autumn day. Still fog hanging low in the rice paddies below the level of the levees that this shrine is built over. And waiting outside is the shrine keeper, the Miko, and Bisho. And soon descend Seiji and Gen with weapons at their side. And true to his word, he has taken off his armor and left it behind inside the shrine. Very set aside as if it was on almost on an armor stand, but just sitting in the corner where he made his bed that night. Ryuji comes down with Mariko. Gen is still upstairs recovering from his wounds. And yes, so I guess this is it then.
Doji Gen and bows to everybody. Yes, it's time.
All right then. So I guess we wait for the messenger. They should be here soon, I'd hope. Perhaps when the sun crests the hill, or when we know they're here. And at that, I think we'll leave it to Bisho to summon up their persona.
Sure. I guess I'm doing the puppet thing again, aren't I?
Well, you could not show up at all.
Yeah, exactly. You could not show up and then just shape change and show up,
which might be appropriate.
I think Bisha will leave some kind of bullshit letter of like, I can't stand to watch my friend duel, like somewhere, and show up as the messenger. That would make things easy.
I use composition fire and I give 2 strife to Doji Gen. No.
I mean, either way, I win in this.
No. You do it with Earth, and you write a nice letter. No, okay. So yes, Bisho has arranged for some letter about how they can't stand to see this whole thing go down, and they're just not going to show up, which prompts Yui to probably roll their eyes as hard as they possibly can, and that is when the messenger reappears.
Yep, as the eye rolling happens, it's magic.
This time they reappear, but in their full glory. A 6-foot tall, glorious, marked messenger of the heavens descends this kitsune upon the shrine to Inari.
Is everyone ready? Well rested, healed?
Seiji bows as much as I am able to. I am ready, though. I am prepared.
And get Doji-san.
Doji Gen also bows. It is time.
Good.
So at that point, Seiji goes ahead and wanders off to one of the side levees and takes up a stance ready to face this duel.
All right. At the start of the scene. I think we're at the start of the scene.
Yes, there we go.
Mm-hmm. All right. I would like to remind everybody of the rules for the duel and remind myself of the rules for dueling with a fire culture check.
Excellent. Go for it.
I believe the TN is reduced by 1 because this is a fire check after my void check from the previous
That
night.
is absolutely true.
Okay, I'm going to try this. We'll see.
So I guess the fire approach is used in this case to communicate what? I would normally say that like trying to communicate the rules of a duel would be earth, but fire would be some sort of provocative method of doing it. So.
I'm being inspiring.
There you go.
I am
there
like,
you go. I like it. Yeah.
This is the tradition of our ancestors. This isn't scholarly. This is
Perfect.
inspiring.
That's
This is a
you're not
tradition
just
of our
bringing it by
ancestors.
rote. You are living the embodiment of our traditions and our livelihood and the way that we've even built our laws around. This is both legal and cultural and honorable. Yes, I like it. That is
Right.
perfect way to do
This
it.
is the tradition of Kakita and his descendants, and I am a crane, so that's the way it goes. So I am going to roll. I have 2 in culture and 2 in fire.
All
I'm going
right.
to hope
I
for the
think to
best.
inspire those around you with this kind of speech is a fire TN2, so fire TN1 because of the -1 to your next fire check.
Right. Let's hope. Please, 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 please. Oh, I am highly inspiring. I will
that's
keep.
pretty good.
All right, I have the 2 successes and an opportunity. I don't need to keep any strife to do that. I
That's
ended
true.
up rolling a success with opportunity, explosive success with strife, and success with strife. But I just need to keep 2 successes and the opportunity to hit my goal. All right. So, given that, I wish to call upon my Shuji, which is called, hold on.
Yep.
Illuminate the Way. And it says, once per
Okay.
session at the start of a scene, I can make a TN2 Scholar Skill Fire check targeting 1 character. The target for my action, of course, is my opponent Shiba-san. If I succeed, that character treats their vigilance as 2 lower to a minimum of 1, and their focus is 2 higher. This effect persists until the end of the scene.
Got it. So he is moved by your words to the point that he might not be noticing everything going around him, and if anything, it has kind of focused him to the point that he is ready to strike just a little bit faster. So he's gaining a little bit of initiative with the bonus focus, but leaving himself open because he's not seeing everything. He's not seeing the whole picture anymore with his vigilance being lowered. But he is inspired by your words and moved by them. I like it.
And I have an opportunity. I'd like to inflame it. I'd like to inflame another character in the scene with my presence, causing them to receive 2 strife.
Got it. All right. So, and again, he sees this as wholly appropriate for the situation. There's no honor losses for talking shit about your opponent. If anything, you are just being inspiring and getting them ready and have given them a bit of a bonus against you. So if anything, you might be considered to be gaining some honor off of that, I would say. At least 1 or 2 as a crane with courtesy. I think that would be 2.
Oh, cool. All right. So that was the start of the scene, and now I will focus on the
rules of the duel. So here we go. We will now move into structured time and conflict. All right. So for a duel, we have set Naijitsu Duel. In this, the only thing that is supposed to be worn is ceremonial clothing. So in this case, we're just down to our standard kimonos because we didn't really come with any fancy clothing or gear. We've left our armor behind. The weapons that we can wield in this are the only right and proper weapons to do so, which is the katana and wakizashi. I will permit the chukoto because that is also a samurai's weapon. It's just of an older, more vintage style. The weapons will begin sheathed, and they have to stay sheathed until at least the first turn. After that, we can draw them. The objective of the duel is to inflict first blood, which means it has to be the first person to inflict a severity 5 or higher crit upon their foe will be considered the winner of the duel. So now we will make a TN1 meditation check for the assessment phase for the initiative. All right, so Seiji will make a meditation check, which is a martial skill, and he will do so in water. All right, so Seiji initially keeps a exploding success, and success, all clean, no additional strife. He will then add additional white die to wind up with 4 success, 1 opportunity. With his raised focus from Illuminate the Way that you cast on him, that will get him an initiative of 12.
Okay, sounds
And he will use the water opportunity to say that if we leave the stretch of ground that we're on either side of us, that is considered dangerous terrain.
Okay, outside of this very specific.
Outside of the space that we're on, because we're standing on a raised levee between two rice paddies. It's to denote that there's loose rocks, it's gravel, you'll probably slip and fall if you move off the kind of 3 foot wide bit of flat land that's compacted at the top.
All right. I am rolling in air. We'll see how I do. I have rolled an explosive success, a success and 2 opportunities. Let's explode the success. Okay. I will keep the explosive success and I will keep both opportunities. I hit my TN1. Okay. I'm never going to match him.
Okay.
On the focus, I'm aware of that. I will use one of the opportunities to assess one foe's weakness, learn one of the disadvantages of that foe's choice.
That foe's choice. All right. Seji, fanatical.
Okay. Do I know what that means, or is that just...
so it is a disadvantage. It is a void, social, mental, interpersonal disadvantage.
All right. We'll see how it works. I don't really have enough void to do it because I only have 1 void point left. And I will spend the other to learn their demeanor and current strife.
Their current strife is 5, and they have a gruff demeanor, which means that air is at +2 difficulty, but earth is at -2.
Okay, thank you. So that makes my initiative. My focus is 5. I can add 1 from my success.
So that gives you an initiative of 6. So yes, you were not going to beat them with the with being an experienced warrior and with the bonus that you gave to each other.
Right, that was understood.
You are at range 2 from each other to begin the duel. They will get the first action. There's first, I should say, there's a stare down. Now that we are now into round 1, everyone as part of the stare down will receive 1 strife at the beginning of every round. And it becomes cumulative. So the next round it'll be 2. The round after that will be 3. So it adds up very quickly. So let's see here. Let me get Seji's sheet up here. So part of the stare down we both gained at the start of the round. So right now his strife moves up by 1. So Seji's first action, I believe, they are in water. They will stay in water. They will predict. And to do that, I'm going to go ahead and tell one of the other players the stance that they are going to predict. Predict is what type of action? As an attack and scheme action. So that is their prediction. They're still in water. Their next action will be to take a calming breath to lower their strife. And it is now your action.
I am going to try to go into void stance.
Okay. I can't predict void, so that will definitely succeed. Woo. So you move into void stance. Yep.
All right. Yay. I forgot that. Okay. And for my action, I will attempt to do Lady Doji's decree. I may make a courtesy void check targeting characters up to my school rank, which I am only targeting 1. The TN of this check is the vigilance of the character. If I succeed, that target cannot perform attack actions targeting me.
All right. I will give you a void point to do it blind. So you don't know the TN, and you're trying to hit his vigilance.
So I have void 2, courtesy 2. You gave me a void point that I will immediately spend trying to pull this off. And potentially, this is a persuade action.
Yes, so, most definitely.
Okay. I will take the 2 successes clean and 1 of the successes with strife.
Okay, so 3 successes total. That is a success. You do pull off Lady Doji's decree with 2 bonus successes.
I also have 2 opportunities on the roll. I will use those to add a kept ring dice set to a opportunity result to my next martial skill check.
Sounds good. That was our first round. Now we move into round 2. The stare down happens again. This time we gain 2 strife. So Seji kind of looks over at you as you present yourself and you recite, some bit of how a duel should be done proper with the amount of tension, waiting for the perfect moment to strike, and that to go beforehand is to be uncouth. And you definitely lay out the cultural underpinnings of the duel and forcing him to rethink and pause and second guess himself. And he is now having to struggle with the thought of when does he strike? When does he find that perfect moment as Lady Doji's decree goes goes into effect. And I should ask, how long am I now unable to take scheme or attack actions against them?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. And is it only attack or is it attack and scheme actions?
They can't attack. I used my
Got
bonus
it. Okay.
successes for my next martial
They
art.
can still scheme against you. He will go into void stance and he will center. So roll a number of skill dice up to your ranks in the skill you choose in reserve. All right. So he will roll his martial skill, his melee of 5. Of those, he will reserve 2 exploding dice that show strife. Your action.
Okay. The next round I am moving into water stance. I am going to draw my sword, which is not an attack.
It's not an attack. It is a support action. Yeah.
Then I am closing within range of him. Then, as my other action, try to speak with him. And I will say in a calm manner, just not freaking out or anything. I know why I am here and I know why I am doing it, but I do not know why you are doing this. Why do you do the things you do? What has turned you to this vent? Why do you step up? She's kind of persuade him to just give up. I don't think it's likely, but
Yeah. But if you would like to make it a persuade action, you certainly can.
Sure. I am being excruciatingly polite in my persuasion.
Yes. The TN is 1, but you would need to get 8 successes to get him to surrender during this duel without bringing it to a conclusion.
It's a momentum 8 task. Okay, that's really big. Okay, so I'm going to roll courtesy 2, water 3. Okay, I have an opportunity, and success, and a success that I'm keeping, plus some explosive successes with strife, but that totally goes against what I'm trying to do here. So I will spend one of those opportunities to remove 2 strife.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me go ahead and adjust the momentum. So you have now generated 2 successes of the 8 that you need. Oh, sorry. You would need 3 successes to get 2 momentum. You have 1 momentum. So 1 of 8.
But I'm down 2 strife.
Yeah, you're down 2 strife, and you have actually, at least put some sort of seed of doubt into him, and he responds with, while I dutifully perform the orders that are given to me by the Elemental Council, and that while I serve in the Order of the Bent Knee, I do not relish the duties that have been presented to me. This is something that I can aspire to, that I can find both honor and duty aligned perfectly in this moment, that I can fulfill the orders of the council by preparing this child with the guidance of the fortunes. There is no greater calling than that. And we move into round 3. Seji gains 3 strife off the stare down, and because of that, becomes compromised.
Once he hits compromise, I get a finishing blow, right?
You are going to get a finishing blow, yes. So you also still gain the 3 strife also. And at this point, you may now conduct a finishing blow. So a character executes the finishing blow by choosing an attack action and performing it against the opponent, interrupting anything the target is doing, including resolving a check. If the character executing finishing blow succeeds, instead of dealing damage, the finishing blow inflicts a critical strike with severity equal to 2 times the deadliness of the weapon or attack action used. Pretty goddamn remarkable. So there you go. You may now strike him. It is a TN2 attack action.
It is a TN2 attack action. But
yes,
I have add an opportunity in my next martial skill check. I am willing at this time to spend a void. Hope I've got a hit.
That also sounds like a good time to do it. Yeah.
I'm still in water stance, so all right. I think that works. All right, let's try it. Okay, please.
Ooh, this is getting close.
That's
we
horrible.
Have blank, opportunity, blank, exploding success, and blank. This is not great. Again, your distinctions here are Fakura Kurujin's wisdom and precise memory, which unfortunately don't come into play here. So you got to hit that 50-50 chance of getting an attack. Getting a success here with this explosion. Ooh, this is dicey. And no, you wind up with 2 opportunities and a single success. So you lash out and the blade comes within a hair's breadth of cutting into his flesh. and he just stares in disbelief that he is still not struck down. How much you want to spend those opportunities?
That's all right. Okay. Give me a second. I didn't expect to do quite that bad. That was a really bad roll.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Spending a void point and everything, and you wound up with only 2 dice showing results is unfortunate.
Okay. What is wrong with this? I will go ahead and move a range band back. And I will spend the other opportunity to remove 2 strife.
Okay. Seeing that he has been spared in his moment of laxity, in the moment that he gave you the perfect opening, and he now sees you withdraw from himself, he unmasks and just screams just a spewing out of terrible invectives against you about your cowardice and how dare you run away and leave him here. What, do you wish to just sit there and hide behind your vaunted rules and etiquette, and yet you mock me? You mock me by striking at me, but leaving me unfazed when I have left you open in my moment of weakness? How dare you? And he's just this string of terrible things that is just come spewing out of his mouth. And he will reset down to 0 strife, move into water stance, draw his sword, and then move 2 range bands towards you. So now you are at range 0. You two are pretty much right on top of each other at this moment. Doji Gen, it is now your action on round 3.
I look at him in the eye and say in a clear voice so everyone in the shrine can hear this. And so the Fortune's champion shows their honor. And then I glance at Ryuji apologetically, and I kneel. So
you are going to concede at this point.
That is conceding the duel.
I'm Robert, or Bayushi Shinichi, your host and narrator. Thank you once again for listening. Remember to catch new episodes every Monday, and if you want to catch them early or are looking for more bonus content, please consider becoming a supporting member of the Patreon at patreon.com/CourtGames. To reach out to us, email the show at fortuneandstrife@gmail.com.
I'm Tiff, and I played Kuniyui. You can also find us on the web at courtgamespod.com, Facebook and Instagram under Fortune and Strife, and Twitter at L5R FNS.
I am Tyler, and I've been playing Akoto Ricci. You can find me on Twitter or on Twitch as Churcher Games.
I'm Paul, and I was playing Shishiro Bisho. If you want to follow my other projects, I am the GM of 2 LGBT+ podcasts, Tales of Swordfall at Swordfall D&D for D&D 5e, and Gates of Orchid and Iris at GOIL5R for L5R 5e.
This was Jeanne, aka Kakita Kaori, and also known as, at least today, Doji Gen. If you like, you can also find me on the CourtGames RPG podcast, at the Winter Garden of the Kakita website, or check out The Table Is Yours for fiction readings of the FFG stories.
This has been Fortune and Strife, a Court Games production in association with the Rokugani Historical Society.